The past few months have brought about several new race cars to Jailbreak. Therefore, I decided to compare them against other race cars we have in Jailbreak and rank them from worst to best. Now keep in mind the cars I'm including here are mainly track focused, so there might be some cars that you think are race cars that I might not include here. Also keep in mind I'm not a super big car expert, so I might leave off something, but yeah, just want to clear that up. Anyways, let's get started. For me, the number 75 NASCAR is the worst race car in Jailbreak. Now, it's not a bad vehicle by any means. I'm glad the devs took the time to improve the actual design of the car, and of course the custom skin on it looks very good. However, of the NASCARs in the game, it's easily my least favorite. For a free car, the stats are really good, but the other free NASCAR from 2021 performs about the same, and I like the look of that one just a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, this is a really solid vehicle, but it is my least favorite NASCAR variant. Then we have the number 76 NASCAR, and this is the free version that was from 2021. It has a really good speed at around 144 miles per hour for a free car, and I do like the default skin design on this one a bit more than on the number 75. It's just simpler and more appealing to me. But this vehicle is definitely not amazing, and this is a vehicle I really don't use much. However, I still quite appreciate it, and I think it's a really good starter vehicle. Next, we have the NASCAR 73. Now, obviously, it is the best out of the three NASCARs stats-wise, since you had to actually pay for this vehicle. However, I also do really like the skin, and it's probably my favorite out of the three NASCAR skins we have, though I think all three are really good. In general though, I'm not a big fan of the NASCAR vehicles because I think the engine sound is a bit too obnoxious for my liking. I haven't ever felt the stats of this vehicle to be anything amazing, and as you can see from the mileage, it's one that I've used very rarely since its addition in late 2021. Therefore, this is one I also can't place too high, but I still really appreciate it, and I'm glad that it exists. It's my favorite out of the three NASCAR variants. Next, we have the Badcc. I quite like how this is a Lego-ified car in Jailbreak. It's very unique in that aspect, and the look is just very appealing to me as a fan of Lego. It does have some pretty solid stats all around, and it can reach a max speed of almost 200 miles per hour, but it's still not amazing, and I can't say I've been compelled to use this vehicle very much, so I can't place it too high. However, I still appreciate it, and I think it is a pretty decent car. Then we come to the Shell Classic. Although it's not the best stats wise, this is a vehicle which I really appreciate the looks of. Ed, the designer of this vehicle, is very talented, and this vehicle is a prime example of this. I think it's very charming. To me, the really good looks of this vehicle elevate it quite a bit. This is also not a vehicle I find myself using a lot, but I still use it every now and then. It's fun to drive around in, and I really like the looks. Next, we have the M12 Molten. This was the first community vehicle added to the game, and it's still one of the best, in my opinion. I think for the most part it looks really good, though I don't like how the seating area, which is clearly meant for one person, got squished into fitting two people. It just looks really weird to have your avatar crunched up like this, and I just don't think it fits. However, putting that aside, I still think this is a great vehicle. Even with a nerf, the stats are still fantastic in my opinion. I do find it a little bit hard to control, so that does hold it back a little bit for me, but I still quite enjoy the vehicle. Then we've got the Proto 08. This vehicle looks absolutely beautiful, and Speed Queen did a wonderful job with her design skills. The stats are also great. It has awesome acceleration, and it reaches a respectable top speed of 210 miles per hour pretty quickly. This is basically a much better looking roadster in my eyes. However, the vehicle is still not perfect in my opinion, and one of my biggest issues with it is how easy it is to pothole with normal suspension. However, I still think it's a wonderful vehicle. Next, we have the Parisian EXP1. Looks wise, it's very well made, of course, with a lot of fun details. And it has an amazing startup engine noise, and I love the custom engine sounds. Of course, it's also really good stats wise, and I think this vehicle has good handling. You can get it to a fantastic speed if you can drive it well. Unfortunately, I don't think the acceleration on this vehicle is the best, but it's still quite good, of course. I'm not a big fan of the braking, and it is hard to get this vehicle to a good stopping point. And of course, the reverse speed is one of the weakest aspects of this vehicle. Unfortunately, those factors do hold it back from being the best race car in my opinion, but it's still a fantastic vehicle. Next, we've got the MCL36. This is actually a really underrated vehicle in my opinion. Not many people recognize it, and I'm sure a lot of people don't own it. Now, obviously, it looks fantastic, but the stats here are simply amazing. For a car that costs like 200,000 J-Bucks, it can go over 220 miles per hour. But yeah, looks-wise and stats-wise, this vehicle is amazing. However, there is a race car I do like just a little bit more, and that vehicle is the Bugatti Bouline. Long requested by the community, this vehicle absolutely lived up to the hype and would go on to become one of my favorite vehicles in the game. Looks-wise, it's fantastic as expected from Rally Subby, but of course, the insane stats are why I love this vehicle so much. It accelerates really fast, it has an excellent top speed which you can reach pretty easily, and it has the best handling and grip out of the Bugattis in the game. The stats of this car are simply unmatched, and the looks of it are amazing as well, so it is my favorite out of the race cars in Jailbreak. But that's going to be it for my ranking of every race car in Jailbreak. What do you think? Which race cars are your favorites or least favorites? Did I forget to include any cars in Jailbreak that you consider to be race cars? Make sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like, subscribe, and all that. But also, make sure to join my Discord server, as number one, I'm having a giveaway for a Robux gift card, which is actually ending today, so you have a very limited amount of time to join. And we'll also be hosting race car races on the newly added NASCAR map, which as of this recording isn't here yet, but it will be by the time you're watching this. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I hope to see you later.